Ooh, baby, I am late and I am sorry. Nobody's here to apologize to yet, so I will wait. Hello if you're watching on the replay. Hi, I'm late. I got distracted. But it's all good. We are here now. It's good to see you. Hi, Kiati. How are you? All right. So we have a few different things that we're going to work on. And I'll kind of show you them. We have 3 ornaments to work on, but we're going to start with the candle holders because, well, why wouldn't I? I'm good, thanks, Kiati. How are you? You doing good? Hi, Doris. Hi, Asha. Hi, David. Audrey's doing good. She's good. She's out snoozing, having a nap out in the living room. I was so proud of myself yesterday. I bought her one of those mechanical flip-flopping fish toys. Couldn't care less. Put it right up to her to where the fish tail was literally smacking her in the face. And she just looked at me like, what's this trash? Where did this come from? She couldn't care less. So, yeah. She's out there having a nice little nap. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. Hi, Kara. Hi, Asha. All right, I'm going to take a quick drink because my mouth is dry and then we'll get started. Okay, so this is a modification of the design that I've been doing on the ornaments. I did all of the top parts up to this point, and then I've been adding these swoops down here to finish off the design. Because of how I have to hold it, I kept running out of spaces to put my hand to hold it properly to paint it all, so I've had to do it in pieces. So we're going to do the last piece, the last 2 sets of swoops on this one, and then we're going to let it dry or just see what kind of, I've got ideas of what I might do in between in these spaces here, but I'm not 100% sure. So I want to wait until all those swoops are done and then get a real clear idea of what to do with the rest. So we're going to leave the spaces in the center, this negative space in here that makes it look like a star. We're going to leave that open, but I do want to put something in here so that when this is sitting on your table, you can see it coming over the sides. It's so cool how much this color shifts. I had the windows, the blinds open, and the natural light. It's kind of a gloomy day here, but when I walked into the room, this looked purple and green. And then when I picked it up, and then it looks blue and gold. It's absolutely bananas. Hi, Tina. How you doing? Good to see ya. So we are going to add those last 2 sets of swoops on here today. And then we started on this one. And this is another modification, only this time this whole section here is going to be, I'm going to be doing it on the bottom coming up. And then we'll see how to fill in the spaces there. I'm going to erase some of these guidelines on here now so we can kind of start to see. And then we're going to continue on with these swoops because this is another one that gets a little difficult to hold without thinking that I'm going to, accidentally hold it like this by accident and get it covered in paint. So we'll start working on a few of those swoops. It's definitely the kind of design that you want to have a few different projects to work on at a time so you can kind of take them through and let them dry. But we're going to work on that. Isn't that cool how beautifully red that looks? That's the color Sedona in the Bliss Drops, and Monsoon is the blue. Almost like that meme of the gold dress or whatever from a few years ago. Yes, exactly. Do you see green or do you see gold? So we're going to keep working on this. Like I said, this design here, I'm going to flip it upside down and we're going to stagger it in this way. So it's going to hopefully look like they're all interlocked with these swoops here. Yeah, so we'll see how that goes. I'm intrigued to see how I can fill that in. So again, slow process, but have to set it aside a lot to dry, but that's all right. And then these are, those were also Bliss Drops, same as the other candle holder. These are Arteza Metallics. And I've done the top part. I didn't do down here because I didn't want to set this down on the table and have the paint drip down and attach to the table at all. So now that that's, all the top section's done all the way around, we're going to do the swoops on the bottom here. And then I'm going to be letting that dry. And then once that's dry, then we'll figure out what to do with these negative spaces on these 4 and down in the bottom as well. So those are going to be where we start. And then I've got some ornaments to work on as well. Depending on how much work we get done during these couple hours that we'll be hanging out. How are you guys doing? What are you up to today? What you working on? Are you painting? Are you ready for holiday busyness? Are you doing all right? Hopefully you can just come and take a bit of a breath here with me. And yeah, just take some breaths. Hi Ingrid, how you doing? How's your new fur baby doing, Asha? Doing good, I hope. Decorating your Christmas tree. Very nice. Very, very nice. What are these ones? These are the ones. Nope, not that one. This one. Okay. Just swatched all my red metallics to compare them, but still nothing even comes close to the Art Alchemy. The Art Alchemy really takes the cake with that red. It's just so beautiful. All of their paints are just so incredible. But yeah, that would be cool if you feel up to sharing that. That would be really cool for people to see the different brands and stuff and hear your thoughts on them. It's so difficult, right? Finding really nice metallic reds are so difficult. Letitia and I were talking about that earlier, about how, a lot of metallic reds will end up looking really pinky because of the the metallic iridescence that's added in. It can look really pink. The Flash Metallics red, I find like that. It's very, very pink. But then, or they can be too orange, So it's hard to find really good ones. But when you do, feels pretty good. Oval Bowl Chronicles, do you make your own tea light holders? Yes, I do. So I use gypsum plaster. It's a brand called Ultra Cal 30. And I have a mold that came from Devon Dotting. Kate makes a ton of really cool different molds of things that you can paint on. There are a few that I also like and are beautiful, but not red. Well, and that's the thing. It depends on what you're looking for a particular piece too, right? It's all about what's going to go well for your piece. It's nice to have a bunch of options, that's for sure. All right, so let's do this. I'm really excited to see this one get finished because I still don't quite know what I'm doing with all of the elements in it. It's really fun. Got a bunch of ideas in my head though. I can't wait to play a little bit. I was doing some tidying up the other day and I realized that the trinket dishes, the small and the large trinket dishes that we started on the lives around the time of the candle holders that were in the red, orange, rust, and that fire coral in the, folk art, why can't I think of it? Treasure gold. And we did the 2 trinket dishes, and I had started to do something on the sides of them, didn't like the designs that I had tried, and I just never sanded them off to try again. So I'm going to put that on the list for next week too, to bring those ones back in, because I'd like to get them finished off too. I'd like to finish off a few projects, I think. Dun, dun, dun. Seeing all the shades of metallic reds does make me want an all red piece. Oh, you should totally do that. That'd be beautiful. 5 a.m. Sydney time and enjoying your live whilst lying in bed. Kashi is settling in and getting used to urban living. Just so gorgeous and has the habits of both Akira and Kai. Oh, Ash, I'm so happy for you and happy for Kashi too. Got a good life and a good home with you. Oh, that's so kind of you, Oval Bowl Chronicles. Thank you. And you're most welcome. Any questions at all, don't hesitate to let me know. These lives are so great for that because we can have a chance to sit and, I don't usually have an agenda for these lives or specific projects or anything. I just kind of work on whatever I've got on deck and happy to answer any questions that you might have. So if you ever want to know when I'm going to be live, I do post my live schedule. They're in my Instagram. They're in my story highlights. I forgot we're on Instagram. They're in my story highlights on my profile. Oh, thanks, Asha. I'm so glad you like it. Hi, Sarah. Lovely to see you, too. You're off out tonight, so can't stay for the whole live. Well, it's nice to be able to see you for a few minutes. I hope you're having a good weekend so far. She is. She's doing wonderfully. Yeah, she's doing really good. Thank you for asking. She's doing really, really good. She's a rock star. I'm glad you were able to pop in. It's nice to see you. Anybody doing any painting while we're hanging out today? How are you doing, David? You doing all right? I don't know if there's going to be a pattern. I'm going to get it done eventually. It's just a matter of when I do. So, because I promised that there would be a pattern when I was painting it. I said that I would write it up. I just haven't gotten it done yet, and I honestly haven't had the bandwidth to get it done. I haven't been able to make myself sit down in front of the computer for that long. But yes, I will do, I still will follow through on the pattern for those 2 candle holders for sure. The hard part is that I don't have pictures of guidelines or anything. So, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I'm going to try and see if I can find, that in the live video somewhere and see if I can get some photos from that, but we'll see. No, this is the first tea light holder like this that I've done. Ingrid's referring to the 2 that I did in these colors, the taupe and the orange and the metallic. Those 2. Oh, good. I'm glad you're doing good. No, it's been a really quiet season this year. Really quiet season, but I was very, very late to the game this year, so I know the reasons for that. But it's all good because it's giving me time to kind of get some of this stuff done and get lots of inventory made and giving me time to kind of figure out what I want to do going forward. I think we've talked about this a little bit occasionally, but I don't know what I want to do for workshops and patterns going forward. I don't know kind of how I want to do all of that and where I want the majority of my income to come from. Like, I don't know if I want it to be from the sale of my handmade pieces or if I want it to come from social media somehow, like monetizing my YouTube channel and being able to make some money that way. I'm really not sure. So I'm going to be kind of taking some time to kind of get really clear on that. And then with that will come some consistency in my posting, right? I've been really inconsistent with posting on social media. My lives have been good, but I haven't been consistent with getting posts up. So I'm kind of trying to dig a little bit into why I'm finding it so difficult, what I'm finding difficult about it, what I feel is kind of slowing me down or keeping me from doing more, and then trying to kind of, I don't know, that's a very convoluted answer. So yeah, so that pattern will come eventually, Ingrid, for sure. Your voice keeps slowing up and you sound very deep. It's my sexy phone voice. I honestly don't know if it's mica powder or not, Asha. I'm honestly not sure. Definitely you could check out Deserted Bliss's Instagram page, because she does put a lot of videos. Tara puts a lot of videos up on her actually mixing paints. She goes live and mixes paints. I'm guessing it would be mica powder, but I don't know for sure to say for sure. I realize that was probably a bigger answer than what you were expecting, Sarah. Sorry about that. Couldn't stop myself from talking. I just kept going. All right, so we're going to do some swoops over here. Okay. Had a quick drink. I'm just going to clean out the paint from the bottom of my little glass using a glass shot glass. And the paint can build up on the bottom because I'm putting my paint in here upside down without the lid on for while I'm painting, right? So you want to make sure that there's not any loose pieces floating around the bottom of the cup that you're standing your paint in, because the tips will pick up on those little things. The wet paint will just attach to it like Velcro, like glue. So if you are going to clean out your little cup that you're standing your paints up in, make sure that it's really good and clean and all the little bits are out of there. And then also make sure that while the paint is still wet in there, if you put in, like if I have a bunch of this paint at the bottom, I put another color in there, it'll pick up on that. So the guidelines on this one, what I did was I started by drawing a line on the top there. You see how it's blue on the top? Then that was able to show up when I put one of these stencils over top. When I am holding this here, if I zoom way in, you see how you can kind of see the blue line? And you try and see that it's showing up in the same spot. I tried to kind of place this where I thought was the center, and then I marked all the lines. Then I used a flexible tape measure to take the lines down this way, but to do these lines, I just measured how long I wanted them to go, or kind of marked them with my pencil. And then I set this up on the Lazy Susan, kind of like I did with mugs or the flower pots, where I would set up some kind of a support and put my, and put my watercolor pencil on it at the height that I want, and then spin it, and then that gets the lines on there that way. Nope, no plans for me for the holidays. I'm going to be going live an awful lot, so it'll be nice. Hopefully lots and lots of painting time. Thanks, Rumi. My favorite boy band, 98 Degrees, have a new album releasing next year, and they've signed a copy available for pre-order. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks, Cara. Was the winner of the sweater contest announced? Do I have that memory right? I think the curved ones might help a little bit too. I just wasn't convinced on this one that it was actually laying flat, but I think it could work. It's just not quite as, but it could help too, one of these ones. But I found that flat one made it a little easier. So yeah, if you can make the rim bright enough, but then you just have to sit and eyeball and see if it's actually sitting on the center or not, and that can be really difficult. The other option is if you can find something to mark the actual center in the middle here, like make a stencil or something, then that would be something that would give you something visible to line up with a stencil too. But it's really friggin' tough. They haven't announced the winner yet. Keep my fingers crossed for you. All right, so let's do some swoops. Because I'd first tried these paints on ornaments, I had no idea how nice they were to work with on the gypsum. It's so nice. So nice. These are the Bliss drops again. The paint colors that you see while they're wet are very different than how they're going to look when they're dry. That's the blue. Now I'm speeding up. I sound like I've had helium. That's really upsetting. Yeah. Sounds like that would be really fun to be a part of. Hi, butterfly. All right, so I'm going to turn this way. Oops. My next shipment of Bliss drops should be getting here soon. So excited. I can't wait to try the Shimmer series. All right, one and done. So we'll just keep going around until my hand tells me that I can't hold on to it properly anymore. Right, I want to hear Jamie on helium. Oh, sugar, I have to go. I forgot there's a couple things I still need to pick up. I hate that. This one still boggles my mind. The fact that this color, wet, ends up as that beautiful red when it's dry. Crazy bananas. It's fun to watch it dry when you start to see it do its color change. Turn around. At least this time when I was painting last night, this stuff wasn't dry. This helps a lot having that part dry, so we might be able to do quite a bit. So many times having to put a piece aside and come back. Here we go. I got a few new colors in my new order of bliss drops. I got one's called Heat Wave, and it's a red metallic. I got another one called Saguaro, which is kind of like a lime green, and a couple others that are kind of neutrally gold colors. I got one called Prickly Pear that's kind of a pinky purple. Lots of fun ones to play with, though. All right, so now we'll go back to the Monsoon. Gonna start a trinket pot next. Oh, nice. That's gonna be fun. Do you know what colors you're gonna use? I've never painted a... Oh, no, I started painting a trinket pot. That's right. Oh. My brain just reminded me. I started one. Tracy sent me a trinket pot that was already made. That was back when I was playing with the gouache paints. And I bought some gouache and never finished it. But we will finish it. I'll put that on the list maybe for this weekend as well. I'm going to be live an awful lot over the next few days. So if you are around and want to come hang out, take a look at the schedule that I've got up in my story highlights on my profile. And I'm kind of hoping to go back to some unfinished projects, and do some prep work for some new ideas too, because I am definitely running out of surfaces to paint on if it's not an ornament. And not that painting the ornaments isn't super friggin' fun, but I want to have some other stuff ready too. So I'm going to work on that stuff over the next little bit. Ooh, that would be nice in the teals. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Yes, I did. I did a teal one. You have a good memory. And Cindy, I got to show you. Remember we did the aloe bliss drops on the dark green ornament? It's absolutely friggin' gorgeous. So I got to show you that because that was your suggestion. All right, we got one last set of swoops to do. So we'll do that in the Sedona. It is cold and rainy here today. And I'm guessing that we'll be hearing a lot of emergency vehicles because people are out and in a hurry and trying to get stuff done, and crappy weather to boot. It is a nice day to be staying at home. Oh, sorry you're not feeling good. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Still working on your crochet granny squares, and you're joining it now. Weaving in tails is now done with. Oh, that's such a big job. I hate weaving in ends. I absolutely hate it. I admire your patience. Yeah, the aloe on green looks really good. So I'll show it to you here once I'm done these. Once I'm done these few swoops, I'll go grab it and show you. I'm very pleased with how it turned out. Dun, dun, dun. Well, that one's a little bit bigger than the other one. Whoopsie. Did you guys see what Cindy did with bliss drops on hats? Oh my God. Oh my God. They were beautiful. Whoops. My hand just did its own thing there. I just realized that I've got a baggy sweater on, and about 3 different times already I've almost swiped my sleeve through the wet paint. So bear with me a second. I'm gonna get rid of this sweater. Isn't she so talented? And you're painting another one later? How many hats is that now? Is that 3 or 4 now? Oh, I gotta grab the ornament. Ooh. All right, here is the aloe on green. Isn't that pretty? Turned out good, eh? I love it. I love it. Dun, dun, dun. You hate tying them in too? It's so tedious, isn't it, Cara? Sewing in those ends. Got 14 swatches of red now. I think I've got them all metallics. It's a good equalizer of recognizing your inventory too when you do swatches, eh, to compare them. Yeah, I'm really happy with the aloe on green. I'm hoping I can get more of those green ornaments next year. Right now I've got some dark blue, I've got some white, I've got red and pink. So for the majority of those ones, I'm going to be using Snowbird for the light blue. I'm going to be using black which is Tombstone, and white, which is Mirage. Those are going to be the ones I think I use the most of. But I'm also going to do some of the Heat Wave on white, and I want to do some of the Saguaro on white. I'm going to end up playing with all of them. Who am I kidding? All right, so there's this. Hello in Ecuador, Paz. Hello. It looks good, eh? Can't just which I like better, the gloss or the frosted. It's hard to choose. It's hard to choose for sure. Do I have any of the gloss ones left? All the gloss ones are gone. I only have matte ones left. I'm a big sucker for the Tombstone on red and Tombstone on teal, because they do look like flocking and they just look velvet. All right, so we're gonna let this sit and dry, because there's no way in hell I'm going to be holding this and painting down here and not getting my hand in that paint. Not a chance. No chance. So we're gonna let that one sit and dry, and we can work on swoops on the bottom of this one. That's okay, Cindy, no worries. Flocking awesome. All right. Dun, dun, dun. So now we start up here. Take a drink. All right. So a lot of these sections here on those two candles that I just did that bit of work on this one and on that one. I'm going to let them dry probably a good 24 hours. Or at least kind of 16 to 18 before I pick them up again and risk putting dents in the paint if I squeeze it too hard or if I drop it and it bangs into something. My tools jump out of my hands sometimes, so I want to make sure it's really good and dry so that I don't end up damaging any of that paint, because it does dry really wonderfully textured. It's one of my favorite things about the ornaments is that when you run your hands over the ornament, you just feel all the texture. It's so satisfying. So I want to make sure I don't cause any problems there. So yeah, lots of different pieces on the go. We've got this candle, we've got a couple ornaments and everything. So it's not like we don't have anything to paint. That is the good thing. All right, so we're going to do one section at a time. We're going to do a repeat of these swoops down here. Hi, Barb. Hi, Tara. Oh, thank you, Doris. I'm so lucky. Thank you. Am I early? Was I not supposed to be here for until 2 to 4? Did I just jump on 1 to 3 and forgot? Took forever. How many entries did you have in total? That's so exciting. It's good to see you, Barb. All right, now, see all the little holes, the bubble holes? I am going to fight with those because I was too stubborn to fill in the holes before I started painting. I did? Okay. Oh, just early compared to how I usually go. Never mind. Sorry. My brain is not running at full capacity. 600. A lot of people did multiples. I loved seeing that. How many people were just, oh, I know people and I'm going to tell you everybody I know. Here's 500 different posts with all of the people I know. I love that. I hope that it got you in front of a lot of people who haven't seen your paints yet. I hope that it helped increase your customer base, because I can't see anybody trying these paints and not loving them. All right. So, oh, Tara, I'll show you the update. Of course, we just finished the Bliss Drop candle holder update. This is the one we started last night with Monsoon and Sedona. That's so bananas how wonderfully dark that dried. And then what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be taking these, flipping them the other way and having them come up from the bottom. So those swoop clusters, then the walking dots, and then these swoops going in the other direction. Then I'll get rid of all the guidelines and see where to fill it in, because you know that I'm not leaving that amount of empty space, and especially up at the top. And especially on this one from the top, you know, the other candle holder looks great with the kind of star shape there, but it's flat, right? So you could actually see it. So I want to make sure that we add some good bling up around the top too. So that one looks good. I was so excited. I find that I get excited in the morning to get up and go see how they look now that they're dry. You know, it's just so fun. And then this is the other candle holder. Let's see. I don't understand English, but I still love you. I learned just by watching. I love your art. Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Have a Merry Christmas full of many blessings. Pez. I don't quite know what to do with all that love you just threw at me, and I'm so grateful for it. And I'm going to throw a bunch of love right back at you, at all of you guys. I am still able to do the thing that I love because of you guys. And I am so happy to know that anything that I could share could help in any way. Thank you for that, love, and sending you lots of love back to you. Merry Christmas to you, too. Thanks, Elaine. So this is the other one that we did with Monsoon and Chuckwalla. When I walked in, I was saying earlier that when I walked in this room, I had the blinds open, so I had natural light coming in. It's a dreary day, but it was still nice and bright. And I'm telling you, from when I walked in and saw it, you can see kind of how purple it looks over here now and how green it looks over here. The whole thing looked purple and green. And then as I got closer to it and stood above it, the color completely changed right in front of my eyes to the blue and the gold. And it's so pretty. Like, look at that color shift. Isn't that just the fucking coolest? I'm sorry, but come on. So this is where that empty space up at the top, we're going to leave that open. And then we're going to figure out what to add in here. I'm going to wait until this is all completely dry. I just did these two sections here of those last two bits of swoops. You can see that one's still a little pink and still wet. And then we'll figure out how to fill in this space here. I want this to be the only negative space that's really prominent and go from there. I know, isn't that a great name? Chuckwalla is fantastic. So yeah, that's where we're at with those. Oh, and I did this test, and I don't remember, Tara, if you were there last night or if anybody else. I did a little bit of a test where I took a drop of Monsoon and a drop of Chuckwalla while they were wet, and I kind of swirled them together. And I did wet on wet top dots as well. And that's how they dried. I think they look kind of cool. I still prefer the word oh-hoo-hoo. Oh-hoo-hoo and Chuckwalla. So it looks kind of cool. So I feel that there's something to be done with all of that somewhere. I want to try some wet on wet swoops and top swoops. And sounds like something that may come out of my mouth next time I stub my toe. Ooh, Chuckwalla. And if anybody was waiting to see the Art Alchemy green dry, that's the new Art Alchemy green. I haven't swatched the purple yet. I feel like I want to do this. This is one of the Arteza Iridescence. I feel like I want to do that on an ornament too. But yeah, I loved this swirl together. That seemed really, really neat. And I think that there might be something there to play with a bit more too. That's so yesterday. That was so 2022. All right, let's paint, shall we? I know. I hate it too. Like, I'm glad they exist, but I wouldn't be upset if somebody told me I didn't have to buy those super expensive paints again, but I would. They're just so nice. Let's see here. Mm-hmm. This is going to be a pain in the ass. You know what I might do? I might crack fill some of it, because I don't think I can do this. I don't think I can do this for every swoop, and I don't think I can not want to do it. So I think what I'm going to do is I can use some spackle and I can fill in at least some of these holes without ruining the design. It'll wash right off, and then I'll base coat it, and then we'll start that again because I can't. I don't have it in me. My own fault for being so damn impatient. No, it's fine. I'll paint over it. It won't bother me at all. Well, it bothers me, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah, I've got some spackle. I'll be able to add that in. So this candle holder will kind of just go on the shelf for a little while until I can get that fixed. It's going to look pretty though. All right, one sec. I'll be right back. Okay. All right. So now we can, we can do the other side of that ornament, maybe. I'll show you the ornaments that we've got working right now. And no, this one is still too wet. Oh my God, that's happening to you too, Barb? Sarah was saying that was happening too. Snack talk today. Well, I just went and grabbed myself a Diet Pepsi out of the fridge and resisted the urge to grab a cookie. I haven't eaten anything yet today. I feel like that can't be true. I must have eaten something. Did I? I think I ate a cookie or two, maybe. You had pizza for breakfast. Well done. Good idea. It'll take the fun out of it if you don't fill the holes. Exactly. I thought that maybe sometimes I like the meticulousness of it, but I was clearly wrong on that one. Okay, so with those same colors, I was doing the same design on an ornament. So we've got side number 1, side number 2 we're done, and then I did side number 3 last night. Now I'm waiting to do side number 4 until side number 3 is really dry, and taking a look at it. If I go and grab on to those swoops, they're still, this paint, because I have so much pouring medium in it, I think it slows the drying on it. So that's just gonna be something that I just have to wait a little bit longer. So I'm gonna wait and work on that one after. Today's your birthday, Kiati. Oh my goodness, happy birthday. Thank you for the love, Paz. All right, so that one we'll wait and we'll work on another day. Happy birthday, Kiati. I hope you have a wonderful day. Sending you lots and lots of love. Happy birthday. So we're going to work on this one then. So I've got 2 ornaments like this that are the dark blue with the snowbird bliss drops. And yeah, I've got a few different things that I want to work on over the next little bit when I'm prepping. I need to clear a bunch of space out on my prep table because I want to prep a bunch of the larger canvas panels and get a bunch of stuff done. I want to re-prep the globe. So I've got ideas on that now too. What are you doing for your birthday, Kiati? Sorry, I'm rambling really badly today. Okay. Get this cleaned out. Today, first go to temple, and then in the eve there will be a party with friends and relatives, and also my 2 cats. That's wonderful. I'm so glad your cats are invited to the party. That's fantastic. That sounds lovely, Kiati. I hope it's a wonderful day for you. And I hope it's filled with love. And I'm glad that you were here and we got to spend a bit of time with you on your birthday too. That's so nice. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, the cats are the party. You got that right, Barb. Can I just go to a party where it's just cats? Does it have to be people at the party? Just cats, please. And dogs. I'll take dogs too. I'll take any animal, really. You throw me in a room with just me and a friggin' possum. I'll have a good time. I'm fine. I'll take that. I'll take it. Oh, I love these paints. Uh-oh. Every once in a while, I'll move my tool on a surface and I can hear it scratch, and it makes me think, so there's either a buildup of some paint that's dried on the end of the tool, or I've damaged the tool somehow, because these round metal balls shouldn't have scrapey bits. So bear with me. I'm just going to clean off the tips of my tools here. Make sure that there's nothing getting in our way. Okay. All right, we should be good. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, ma'am, your blessing are always with me. Oh, good. Love you to bits. Freaking twisted. Nifty tool. I was wondering how to get the dot placement so precise. So with these bottles, it's really good. And the things that kind of, excuse me, the things that can be make things a little bit more difficult is really the consistency of your paint and the surface that you're painting on. If the paint is very thin, it's going to spread out. So you're going to want to place your dots farther away from each other. So you almost have to do some testing and see how your paint behaves. So one of the greatest things to do, to know ahead of time, I've always been bad for not swatching my paints because I'm like, I'm just going to paint, and then if it screws up, I'll deal with it. And I feel like I'm growing as a human being, and I'm deciding not to do that quite as often. So getting an idea of how your paints look when they're dry and doing a whole bunch of dots to see how close can you get them together. When are they going to bleed? And remembering as well that the surface that you're painting on is going to make a difference. So if you're painting on something that is super smooth, like ceramics or glass, your paint is going to spread differently than if you're painting on wood or canvas or stone. I don't know if that answers your question or not, Freaking Twisted, but let me know and I can continue to talk about that if that's helpful or not. Right? Pets and paints. That's it. That's all we need. I'm so sorry I'm not able to translate your comment, Paz. I'm so sorry. I can translate comments on posts and on reels, but in lives it won't let you translate. On birthday Mandela must do, then full year I shall do. Oh, that'll be lovely. That'll be really cool. Do one every year on your birthday and see how you've grown. We capture a lot that way too, right? So expensive to send paint to Norway. Yeah, it is. That's the worst part. Really good to swatch the Bliss Drops. Then, and thankfully too, Tara's got great swatches on her website and on her Etsy store, so you can see what they look like applied thick dots, as swoops, painted with, so it's thinner. Those help a lot when you're choosing your colors. And swatching it out so that you can have it right in front of you is so much more valuable than I ever gave it credit for. I think it was just my own laziness that kept me from doing it, right? But it's really, really nice way to be able to put colors together and get some ideas and to test out the new paints and see how they behave. You'll get to a point where you've got your favorite kinds of consistencies. You'll get to the point where you know which paints you want to use and which ones you want to stay away from. We all have our favorite paints that we like to use. And a lot of that will be based on consistency and how they behave when you're trying to paint with them. And that's going to differ depending on the type of art you're doing too, right? The paint that I use for a base coat would be very different than the paint that I would use for dotting. So getting to play with that and really get to know your paints and get to know your surfaces. Remembering too that you can do whatever you want to do. If you don't enjoy painting on ceramics, don't paint on ceramics. You don't enjoy painting on canvas, don't paint on canvas, right? Do the stuff that's fun. Never swatched until Bliss Drops. Half the fun is swatching now, I find. I'm like, oh, I don't have time to sit and actually do something with these paints, so I'm just going to play with them for a few minutes and see what colors I can come up with. Yeah. Letitia, thank you. You're amazing. I appreciate you doing that. Hope I'm not... No, I do. Of course, I trust you. Ah, look, Cindy's watching. Thanks, guys. But yes, I 100% trust you. How are you doing today, Barb? What's new and exciting? What you up to today? Do you have big plans for over the holidays? Is it nice and full? Whew. See? Tools just jump right out of my hands sometimes. After being in Spain for a week and a half, I should be speaking Spanish right now. That's amazing. I'd love to go to Spain. There's so many places I'd love to go. Across the Atlantic. Well, everywhere, really. Okay, let me come back in. What am I missing? I know, wouldn't that be fun? That would be so much fun to do a Euro trip. So many places I want to go. And I have no problem shipping boxes of stuff back home to wait for me when I get here. So I'll have no problem spending money on craft supplies and paints and all of the wonderful stuff. Like, well, got a full box. Ship it back to Canada and I'll meet it there. I did that when I went to New Zealand. I went and I bought, like, I think it was $200 or $300 worth of New Zealand yarn, like made from New Zealand wool and everything, and had it all shipped back, so it was waiting for me when I got home from my trip. Yeah, we would definitely need a truck. I'd have to rent one of those storage containers that go on the boats and say, okay, you've got 3 weeks to fill it. Then it's going on a boat and crossing the Atlantic. No, I don't have enough euros either. No, that's going to be contingent on a lottery win at this particular point. But maybe someday. Hi, Kim. How you doing? Good to see ya. We are going to get very close to having the answer soon of how many ornaments can we get from one bottle of Bliss Drops with this design. Because we are quickly running out of Snowbird. So my guess right now, and then when I get the new paints, I'll be able to do this for the small ornaments as well. So these are the large ornaments, 3-inch glass ornaments with, and you guys are seeing how much paint I'm using because I'm using a lot of paint too. Oh, there's a booger. I think I'm going to get 6 of the large ornaments. That's my guess. I got to perform surgery here with 1 sec. Did that work? Let's see. Yeah, we're good. All right. So yeah, how many? 1, 2. Because right now I've got 2 full large ones done and 1 small one done. And then I don't know that I'm going to have enough to do both sides on this one and both sides on the other one. So that might be our limit. But we're going to keep going to see, because I'm going to squeeze every last drop out of there. and there's more coming, so I don't have to worry about not being able to finish the project, but so I'm guessing 5 of the large and maybe 6 or 7 of the small, but I'll keep you posted. All right, bear with me. I'm just going to go back and catch up on the comments. Bear with me 1 sec. Quite relaxing. Oh, I'm so glad you like it. Yay. How many licks? Please help me translate what happens when the paint cracks. Help me translate. So when the paint cracks, chances are that means the paint is too thick, and it usually means that the paint is drying too quickly. So if your paint is not too thick, if your paint is too thin, Letitia, I don't know if you were able to help me with this to get a response to Paz. But yes, so typically the paint cracks when it's drying too fast for the thickness of paint it is. If the paint is very thin, it will have a greater risk of cracking, especially if it's really dry. So a lot of things are going to depend on the humidity where you are, right? Here in Canada in the winter, it's so dry here that everything dries faster than you probably want it to. So I would stay away. I stay away from the really thin paints at this time of the year because it's going to crack for sure. So kind of keeping an eye on the humidity in the room and seeing that's the most likely. All of you just need a plane ticket. You can stay with me in Germany and lay in the Netherlands. Exactly. I've got another friend in Germany that we can go see. I've got other friends in Netherlands that we can go see. I've got friends in the UK, right? We've got friends there. Don't know anybody in Ireland though. I'd like to do Ireland as well. I feel like if my future husband exists anywhere, it'll be in Ireland. I hope that answered you, Paz. Happy holidays, Barb. I'm glad you were able to pop in. Lots of love to ya. All right. How are we doing for time, too? Only 10 after 2. That's good. My evening meal is now ready. Gotta go eat. It was lovely to have you here, Freakin' Twisted. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us for a bit. I hope you have a good rest of your night. Take care of yourself, and hopefully we'll see you around again. My head is swimming in ideas. And I just turned my head and I can see the hippo. Gotta do that too. Swimming in ideas. Okay, focus, Jamie. Let's go. Couldn't decide what tool I wanted to use there for a sec. Got some bubbles too. One sec. I like that when you pop the bubbles, the paint backfills really quickly while it's still wet. It stays workable for a while, you know? You can kind of move it around a bit. Now I overfocus and I can't talk at the same time. Uh-oh, cat hair. How we doing? Everybody doing all right? I'm zoned in here. Okay. All right. You're doing okay, Car? Good. Thank you, Letitia, for helping with that. I really appreciate it. Hugs of Color. What a really beautiful username. Hi, Sue. How you doing? Appreciate you trying it. It would definitely be a big upgrade if we were able to, if I was able to translate live comments like we can on posts. That would be so nice. I think I can on TikTok. I think there's live comment translating on TikTok. All right. So we're going to be able to finish at least one of these completely, if not both. We might have enough for both. I have been very pleasantly surprised with how far I can get this paint to stretch. And it's been far, not stretch because I'm not using any less or anything, but how much I've been able to get out of one bottle, because it does get to a point where it feels like, oh, there's nothing left in here. I'm almost out. And then I can get another ornament and a half out of it somehow. It's kind of incredible how we associate what we feel in the bottle with how much is left and how far it's going to go. I'm in pain, but that's because I overdone it today and went shopping. Oh, wow, that's a long time to be out. Sometimes when you overdo it though, you're kind of like, it's okay. I'm in pain, but I did this and I'm still okay with it because I got to go out and feel like a human being a bit. Was it nice to get out? Was it fun shopping? Oh, thanks for that love, Paz. Okay. Now, what can we work on next? We can what can we do? We can let's do some more red ornaments. And the red ornaments we'll start one with Tombstone, which is the black. And we will start one with Mirage. I know I don't have enough to finish them. Oh, you know what we haven't done yet, though, is a Mirage on pink. Let's do that one. Sorry, I didn't realize I was doing that. Now that you said it. Yeah, sorry, I was trying to figure out what to do next. I'm actually really sad now that I don't have any more of the teal ornaments because the black on the teal just looks so nice. But we haven't tried Mirage on a pink ornament yet. So let's try that one. Trying to think about which ornament to try and what we should paint next. Because we got through that stuff a little faster than I expected to. All right, I'm going to go grab a pink ornament and I'll be right back. Ooh, I found more teal ornaments. I didn't realize I had more teal ornaments. Yay! So let's do some more of the black on teal. Yay! Yes, absolutely, Paz. One moment. So this is the paint bottle. And then this is it with the lid. Thanks, Tina. It was crazy busy. All right, now the first blue one is starting to dry, so I'm going to hang this one up on the wall now. Actually, you know what? I think it needs to dry a little bit longer. I dry it wet paint facing upwards so it doesn't slide down the ornament when gravity takes over. Oh, I'm so excited. Now. All right, let's grab Tombstone and do that, and we will still do a white on pink as well. Actually, let's start with the white on pink. Sorry, I know I'm all over the place. I know it's frustrating. I'm sorry. For what it's worth, it is just because my brain is a little chaotic today. All right, so let's do a pink one. We'll start with the pink, and we will start with Mirage on pink, which is the white, which is it's kind of a chameleon color because it adjusts and blends in with a bit of the background color, which is cool. You're most welcome, Paz. Okay, so we need to first gonna clean out the wet paint from the bottom of the cup. And then we will do our guide dots. Oh, you're going to love them so much, Sue. You're going to have so much fun with them. I'm excited for you. I think that's... Sometimes it's nice because there's a little line in the ornament itself that can help keep things straight. Okay. Okay. Now, is there a color in particular you're most excited about, Sue? I think this is going to look really delicate. Do you go on every day and track your paints, Sue? See how close they are? I do. A lot of packages, when they make it into Canada from the US, though, the tracking information kind of disappears. So I can see that it's left the US or entered Canada, but then I can't see anything after that. I want to try this. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel like I'm doing this way too tiny. And after saying earlier that I never do that, put both dots down and then drag at once. That might have been from last night. I can't remember. I think the Mirage on white was still my favorite one. I love the Mirage on red. I've loved Mirage on everything, but my God, putting the Mirage on white was just, oh. So satisfying. Dun, dun, dun. The hue spectrum, what paint is this? Can we use normal acrylic paint? So absolutely you can use normal acrylic paints. I'm using Bliss Drops by Deserted Bliss. They're the ones that come in these bottles and have these incredible colors. If you check out Deserted Bliss here on Instagram, then you will find the links to Tara's website if you are in the US, or her Etsy if you are international to that. These are amazing paints, though. Absolutely amazing. But yes, I have used regular acrylic paints on ornaments, these glass ornaments. Oh, that's pretty. Got Aloe, Heatwave, Sedona, Chuckwalla, and Superstition. Yeah, really good choices, eh? I want more, but we'll have to wait a bit. Yeah. Yes, thank you, everybody, for that. For all that help. I was way too excited when I found those teal ornaments, thinking I still have... I was thinking I could do a set with the teal mat. I was thinking of doing like sets of 4 ornaments that match and kind of go together. And I was thinking I could do a set of 2 teal with Tombstone and 2 teal with Mirage. That could be kind of pretty, eh? I want to try something else on my test wood panel there too. Got an idea. This is pretty though. This is really delicate, eh? Oh, and you know what else I have? I gotta go find them. I've got some really bright colored glass ornaments in the cupboard. I know I've got like a bright neon green, and I've got a like hot pink. And I'm thinking of the hot pink one and thinking this design in Superstition on a hot pink shiny ornament. I feel like that's the next part of the party, I think. All right. We still have more of the Mirage left. You gonna be spending Christmas crocheting? Very nice. Well, I'll be painting a lot too, so if you're around, check out my live schedule and come hang out a bit, eh? Oh, that's so kind of you, Paz. Thank you. That's so lovely. Lots and lots of practice. Once you practice, you will be amazed at how quickly your skill develops in this art form. I completely believe that you can do it. Anybody can do it. But it's only worth doing if you find it really, really, really fun, right? All right, this one's starting to dry, so I'm going to get this one hung up on the ornament wall. Good. It'll be good to see you, Cara. Hang that one up. Okay, and I'm going to go grab the hot pink ornament. Bear with me one sec. show you. Look at these bad boys. Let's bring you. Can I bring you over here? No, you're gonna rip right off the table, aren't you? These guys. So, this one's a big plastic ornament that I need to fill with glitter at some point. It's bigger than the bowling balls. This one's about the size of one of the bowling balls in the navy shiny. But I'm thinking this. I wonder if the purple would even show up, if it would even look purple though. Let's try it and find out. All right. We'll give it a shot. I've got these great green ones too, and I want to use red and white on these ones. That one's a nice color too. Hello. Purple could look good on that one too. Anyways, ooh, and then you know what? I think the black would look good on that. That would look pretty. Yeah, the black would look velvet on it for sure. Yeah, we'll do 2 of them. I've got 3 of them, so we'll do one with the purple and we'll do one with Tombstone, which is black. Let me get this back together. All right. And then we spin you back over here. Yeah, it is a great Grinch green, eh? That's what I was thinking too. I'm like, oh, and you put a bunch of, even black, red, and white would look great on it. All right, so let's start with Superstition, which is our purple. That's what we're going to start with. And we are going to draw our guides on here. So if that goes down to, it's right about there. Still have to do a lot of eyeballing. It's like a funhouse mirror though. That's always fun. Great for the self-esteem. All right, let's see how we do. We're using Superstition in the Bliss Drops. That's the purple. It's going to look very lavender while it's wet, but once it dries to a very shiny, brilliant purple. Okay. So we'll be able to do this one and the black on pink before we sign off today, which is good. And then when we go live tomorrow, they will be dry and we can get an idea of what's going on and how it's going to look dry. Tell it's still raining. Oh, I got a hair in there. Oh, well, I think that hair, oh, there we go. Got it. I was going to say that hair now just comes with the ornament now. It's in there. These are paints. These are acrylic paints called Bliss Drops. They are from Deserted Bliss. Ninja Cobs. Oh, sorry, the white. Yes, that was a chalk marker. It's a Bistro brand chalk marker. Got it at Michael's here in Canada. Sorry about that. You'll be in church tomorrow. Very good. Sorry, I'm really zoning out here again. There's a huge bubble in there. Nope, wasn't a bubble. It was a paint booger. Well, glad I got it out. Is anybody going to have a white Christmas this year? I don't think we're going to have one here. Here we go. I think this is going to look cool with the purple. Petal Bloom Grow. I'm painting a design that I came up with. Painting ornaments. It's inspired by elements of dot mandalas. It'll be almost finished here very, very shortly, and you'll be able to see. So this is the design that we're going to paint. I'm going to paint and wrap all the way around the ornament. So yeah, this is one of my designs. The paints I'm using are Bliss Drops by Deserted Bliss. And this is the design that I came up with when I was wanting to start playing with these paints. Oh yes, no, it's a it's a plan, but it started as a freeform design, and I've just continued to replicate it on everything I can get my hands on because I love painting it so much. So I've painted it on about 20 ornaments now so far. We've got a couple candle holders started with this design. This one's gonna be around for a while. And thank you. I'm glad you like it. No snow. Supposed to have rain. Ugh. 52 in Michigan, so no snow. Definitely not cold enough there for that, eh? This is kind of neat. I'm really hoping this looks nice and bright. Every time I do a different color, it just gives me so many ideas for so many more. Saguaro, the bright lime green, would look good on this ornament too. That would probably look really good on those teal and blue ornaments that were in there, eh? All right, so this is the design, and then what I do is I'll paint this exact design again on the other side, and then in the spaces in between, we'll do a modification of this design to fill it in. So I can show you what one looks like that's all done to give you the idea. One sec. Let's look at this one. Well, let's look at this one. So for example, this is the color Aloe on white. So this is the main design we did on a larger ornament. This is just a bigger ornament. And then did the same design on that side, and then did a modification, narrower design in between. I love how these dry. They feel so wonderful in your hands. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing. We've been doing that. We are doing a modification on that candle holder. We're working on that candle holder and a crap ton of ornaments, all in this design over and over and over and over and over again. Show you the ones that we've gotten done up until this point. Oh, sorry for the spinning around. So we've got, that one's Sedona Chuckwalla. Nope, no sealing after I finish. These paints dry to be glass hard. And that's the purple that we just put on the pink. That's how it's going to dry. That color is the same as that color, just different background. That color and that color are the same, just different color background. That color and that color are the same, as well as that color, just different color backgrounds. They all kind of pick up a little bit. And then that's the black on teal, black on pink, black on red, and then the white mirage on red as well. And then we're working on these blue ones. Thanks, Hue Spectrum. I'm in love with them. All right, now I'm going to hang up another one of these ornaments. So I sit them in these little cups with the wet side facing the ceiling. And then once they're a little more dry, where I'm not as much at risk of the paint dripping down the ornaments, I will hang them on the ornament wall. Okie dokes. So then that one is gonna stay over here. We'll wait for that one to dry. And now we're gonna use the black on the other hot pink, and we'll do that one, and that'll be probably where we'll end off for today. That's pretty good. We got a lot done. We got a lot done. I think it's one of the things that I'm enjoying about doing this design on different stuff is because you have to set it aside to dry so much that you have all these different projects. So I sit down for a couple hours and I can actually make progress on like 5 projects, right? It tricks your brain into thinking it. It tricks my brain into thinking it anyway. All right, so we're gonna go right to about here. And then the stencil. All right, so now we're going to do this one in black. It is pretty, eh? It's a pretty one. I agree. I'm excited to see how it looks when it dries. All right, so let me zoom in again. So this is going to look quite light compared to how it'll dry. Like all the others, it does have a pretty significant color change as it dries. So I've gotten this down to a bit of a science where I can get one section done in about 10 minutes. All right. I think both this one and the purple are going to be a really nice contrast to the bright pink. I hope they stand out really nicely. Every time the black is used, though, it does look like velvet. We're talking about the flocking. I actually had somebody order an ornament from me the other day, and the ornament they picked, they said, "I'm so excited to put this on my tree. I have a flocked tree, and this is going to look so good." I'm like, hey, I just learned that word the other day. That's so cool. The shiny background messes with me a bit. I find that I am not able to judge easily. I can't see very easily. Like, did I use too much paint? Did I put the dots too close together? Competes, you know? Okay, bear with me one more second, and then I'll come back to the comments and catch up on what I've missed. Bear with me. Isn't it a great color? I hope I can find ornaments this kind of color next year. I'm going to be looking a lot earlier than I was this year. Storming and raining. Oh, that sucks, Ingrid. Yeah. Hi. You can see me through the ornament, I know. Oops, there's a hair on there. Okay. Mm-hmm. So I'm planning on spending some time this evening painting with Miss Audrey, my cat. I've gotten a table that works well sitting on my couch. And when she's acting a little starved for attention, I've been moving my painting supplies in there and just sitting and being able to sit with her. I'm hoping one day to get a chair or a small love seat in here so that she can sit up with me. It'd be so nice to have her company. But for now, painting on the couch works fine for me. Oh, and how did you like them, Ingrid? Are you having fun with them? I love being able to look at it on an angle and seeing the texture of that paint. Isn't that fantastic? Oh, so good. Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. Great presents. So this will start to dry and the color's going to start to change. Once I see that it's mostly dry, I will take some photos and post some updates on how these look. I am going to be live quite a bit over the next few days, so if you want to come and hang out on one of my lives, check my profile. I've got a story highlight there that has my live schedule, so you'll know where I'm live and what time, all that good stuff. Here we go. What a wonderfully productive afternoon. I hope that you guys have found it enjoyable. Works good too? Awesome. Good, good. I think these are going to look really cool. These hot pink ones are going to look awesome. Let me just set it down over here and we'll have a little look. So there's the 3 that we just did. I'm interested to see, because the Mirage, the white, takes on so much of the color underneath with like the red and the green and all of those. I'm interested to see how it looks, how much color it absorbs of the pink color. I think that's going to be really neat to see. And then our purple's drying. You can already start to see it starting to dry on those little thinner spots and the smaller dots. So we should have a good idea pretty soon of how that's going to look. And then I think the black is going to look amazing too. This is fun. So I've got a whole bunch more of those ornaments. I've got some gold, I've got some silver, I've got shiny bright green, I've got solid matte green, I've got a teal, I've got a couple blues, I've got a red, I've got a huge navy blue one. So yeah, all kinds of good stuff to play with for the next little bit. We're definitely not running out of things to paint on. I think I already know that I'm going to go through the Mirage and the Tombstone the most. So I kind of see these pink ones and like the green ones and stuff as ways to maybe use some different colors and kind of keep playing with them. So we'll keep playing with those a little bit. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We'll see you tomorrow. I hope you feel better soon. Please take care of yourself, okay? Thanks, Tina. Thanks for coming. I will post this to the feed, and otherwise, hopefully, I will see you over the next couple of days. And if I don't, I hope that if you are celebrating a holiday, I hope you have a wonderful holiday. And if you are not celebrating, I just hope you have a wonderful few days. I love you guys to bits. Take care of yourself. Merry Christmas, Cara. Bye, Sue. Thanks, Hugh Spectrum. I'm glad you were here. Thanks for coming to hang out. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. You too. Love you guys. Take care of yourselves, please. And I will see you soon.